While most people think of her when they think of Lil Baby, this woman got her own clothing line, beauty line. She loves hibachi. It's Jayda, Wayda. Okay, boom. So y'all already can see what we're cooking today. She likes her some shrimp hibachi, double shrimp with some yum yum sauce. And we finna take it to the 50th floor tonight. Okay, so this is me peeling my shrimp off. About 2 bags of shrimp. Because y'all know folks be a little stingy when you go out and get your little hibachi and stuff. So then what we gonna season with is some garlic powder. We gonna hit it with some onion powder, some Tony's Creole, some paprika, and some lemon pepper. Even though I don't feel like that goes. But anyway, that's what I chose to season mine with. And then I mixed it in. And afterwards, I added some more garlic powder and onion powder. That's totally optional. Y'all don't have to do all that. But y'all know every time we cook, we got a story time. So today I'm finna be telling y'all the story of how I met this girl on the internet, and she just made me not be a girl's girl. And what I mean by that is some people you gotta be a girl's girl with, but you can't be a girl's girl with everybody because these girls make it very, very hard. So boom, I had posted on TikTok one day. I was like, who wanna go to Bunny B concert with me? Mind y'all, Bunny B just had her first concert in Atlanta not too long ago, and I'm not talking about her birthday bash or nothing. It was something else that she had a concert for. I think it was like an album release, something like that. So before we get into that, here, add you some butter to a pan because we about to saute that shrimp. But anywho, y'all, keep in the back of y'all head that this girl had no freaking post, no story post, no nothing. And that is a little bit of olive oil. I feel like it just helps it like stay moist and wet the way that you want it to be. You know, you don't want no dried out shrimp because I wouldn't eat it, and I'm sure you wouldn't either. Comment in the chat below if you like your shrimp moist. But anyway, y'all, so the girl had no pictures, no videos, no nothing. So I'm kind of like looking at it sideways because who is this? You know, you can't trust everything you see on the internet. So anywho, she seems like really excited about it. She like, oh, she keep texting me. She like, we going to Bunny B concert. I'm like, yeah, girl. I said, I'm gonna buy my ticket on Friday when I get paid. Mind y'all, I was only waiting until Friday because I didn't know if she was actually gonna do it. So I was like, I ain't gotta spend this money right now. I just wait till Friday, and then we'll finalize like all the details together, how we gonna meet up and everything. So I got me fresh vegetables this time. Don't play. Fresh is gonna be the best way to go when you making you some hibachi. So this is broccoli, of course, and don't judge the way that I'm cutting this and breaking this up. I ain't never had to cut no fresh broccoli up, okay? But I feel like I did my best. I did. So anywho, I'm talking to her, whatever, and I'm like, okay, so where we gonna meet up at? Now mind y'all, the concert was at Center Stage, the Loft, whatever y'all want to call it. It was downtown Atlanta, right? That's where the concert was at. Now, mind you, I'm asking this girl, I'm like, okay, you got a car, like, how you getting there? She was like, well, I'm not gonna walk, being smart. And y'all, I also got me some fresh green onions. I did wash them beforehand because I don't trust nothing sitting out in the stove. But she's like, I'm not gonna walk, being smart or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, well, like, how far you stay from there? Shawty say almost 2 hours. Girl, why you even trying to come to the concert? Like, I ain't trying to be mean, but come on now. Because I ain't far from it at all. So I'm like, dang, like 2 hours. And she's like, yeah, my boyfriend's gonna drive me. And I'm like, oh, okay. And here, y'all, I believe this is a white onion. I didn't know whether to use white or yellow, but I figured it really didn't matter. So then I'm just like, oh, okay, well, is he like staying or whatever? And she was like, I haven't asked him yet. And I was like, oh, you haven't asked him? Like, is he gonna stay? She's like, no, I haven't asked him to go yet. Red flag number 1. I'm not about to play this game with you, girl. What do you mean you got to ask this man, can you go to a concert? Mind y'all, shawty tells me she's 19. Baby, you're 19 years old. Why are you asking any man, can you go somewhere? So I'm like, at this point, I'm like, oh my God, it's one of these situations. So she get to telling me, she like, yeah, I got to ask him. She was like, he's really controlling and he's really toxic, but I love him. And I was like, oh, you want to continue being in a toxic relationship, a toxic space like that? She was like, I just have to put up with it because I love him. Okay, so anywho, back to the concert. I'm like, okay, so what time you planning on getting down this way? So y'all, this is minced garlic. I was supposed to have garlic paste, but I couldn't find none. So please, y'all, don't laugh at me. You can laugh at me in the chat if y'all want to. I didn't know how to freaking cut up no minced garlic. Like, what do I look like? So then I took me the minced garlic and some butter, and I put it in the microwave in an attempt to melt the minced garlic, which didn't work. I mean, not minced garlic. That's fresh garlic clove. I'm tripping. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But anywho, that's what I used to saute my broccoli. And I did have to end up adding more butter. Now, I got me some jasmine rice. I've never cooked this before. And I honestly didn't know what to do. So I did what I do best. I took me a bowl, took me some rice, put some water in it, and I microwaved that rice. And it did have microwave instructions on the back of the box, so a win is a win. Back to the story time. So I had never texted her back after she was saying all this. She had to ask him this and that. I was like, I ain't got time to deal with that. Anywho, next, so then she ends up texting me, and she was like, the next day, she's like, do you think he's gonna say yes? Girl, this your man. I don't know. I said, I don't know. That's your man, but can't you go anyway? And she said, I can, but he's gonna be really mad at me. Okay. So what situation is really at hand here? I'm trying to figure out, like, is this domestic, or like, I really didn't know what to say. I really didn't know what to do, but I did want to help the girl. But at the same time, you got to be careful what situations you insert yourself in. So I stayed out of it. So then, boom, I don't say nothing else. She never replies like, oh yeah, he said yes or he said no. And she was like, she ends up texting and she was like, regardless if he say yes or no, I'm gonna come. And I just said, okay. So now, y'all, I'm adding butter to a pan once again because we're about to saute up some more things. So I took my onions and my green onions and also some frozen vegetables, some peas and carrots, because I'm going to saute those as well. I wanted everything to be soft and everything to be just right so that the meal could flow together smoothly. So go ahead and begin to saute those in some butter. I did end up having to add more butter once again. That just wasn't enough to coat the pan. And I also added me in some ginger paste. This is optional, but it does give it more flavor. So then, y'all, it becomes a few days before the concert. And she texts me, did you buy your ticket? And I said, no, girl, because, like, what the world? We ain't had nothing set in stone. We had no real plans. And I also added me some garlic powder and onion powder to this. So then she was like, no. She was like, oh, my God, I got a ticket. My boyfriend bought it. Well, he bought us a ticket. Girl, and you think I want to go see with you and your boyfriend? I'm not doing that. I would have just went to the concert by myself. I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? So, anywho, she was like, but I'm not going to go, though, because it's going to rain. First off, coming 2 hours away, like, okay, anywho. So I was like, it's a 20% chance. You should still go, go enjoy the concert. But even though I didn't feel like she was going to enjoy it as long as he was there. So here, y'all, take you some egg. Who don't love an egg and fried rice? I just scramble my eggs like I usually would when I'm eating them for breakfast. So I took me 2 eggs, some shredded cheese, some onion powder, garlic powder, mixed it up, and I put it in the microwave. I didn't feel like doing my eggs on the stove. I want everything to move quicker because, to be honest, y'all, I was cooking this meal for a long, long time. But anywho, y'all, so we're texting or whatever, and I'm telling her, like, still go. And she was like, should I take pictures and videos? And I'm like, yes, girl. I was like, oh, and another thing is, when I first started talking to her, I made her send me pictures of herself and everything because, girl, who is you? But she was a cute girl. She was cute, She did look like 19, but hey, I was just like, who are you? And I was just like, okay, like, because I love to, like, be... I'm not necessarily going to say a mentor, but I just love to help people. And I'm just like the person that people can come and talk to and everything, especially when they're like younger than me and they like kind of look up like, oh yeah, I'm going to talk to her. Like, I like stuff like that. But anywho, yeah, so she ends up telling me, she was like, yeah, and I got a new boyfriend. Okay. Like, I'm just, everything about it was just baffling me. Cause like, girl, what? And she was like, yeah, I'm done with that control freak. But you just loved him a few days ago. I don't know what's going on, y'all, but she loved the man and the man loved her, and she ends up sending me a picture of the new boyfriend. Mind y'all, I had never seen the old boyfriend, and she also was telling me like the reason she don't have no pictures, no posts, no videos is because he said that he don't want nobody to see her, which is just crazy, controlling, odd, outrageous. I don't know another term for it, but at this point, now y'all, we're about to fry this rice up, and you just add all your components in. So this is toasted sesame oil that I'm adding in, and I also added me in some soy sauce later throughout the line. But yeah, you let it fry up on the stove with your soy sauce, your toasted sesame oil, and then you add all your components in, and sooner than later you got you some fried rice. And y'all, not too much more happened. I ended up telling her, like, you know what? Well, as long as you like it, I love it. As long as you happy and you don't got to deal with no mess like that no more, then good for you. And she was like, oh, I'm going to see. She was like, I still got the other ticket. I'm going to see if I can try to get it to you. And I was like, you know what, girl? It is okay. I'm still at work. I didn't bring my clothes with me. I'm not prepared to go to no concert. Because if I was going to the concert, I would have had my clothes in my trunk. I would have been ready to go. Or whatever the case may have been. I would have been ready to run to the house, take a shower, change my clothes, do my hair. I would have been ready to go. But everything about that just kind of like threw me off. And also, I was going back to get a ticket shop, but when I went back, it was sold out because literally Bunny had them tickets on sale for like $40, and they had only went up to about $50. So I was like, hey, of course it's going to sell out like $50 concert tickets. Who not finna go? But yes, y'all, this is how my shrimp fried rice turned out. My rice didn't get as dark as I wanted it to, but it was still, you know what, y'all gonna have to wait till the review to see how it tasted. But this is how everything turned out. Doesn't it look amazing, y'all? Comment W's in the chat, fire emojis if you like the way that this is looking. And yeah, this is pretty much it. This is how you make your fried rice. And now it's just time to eat. I added me in a little bit more soy sauce for extra flavor. Not too much though, because it is salty. Mix that in. And then also I added me in some more onion powder and garlic powder to all the components together, because I like flavor. Y'all know I go overly with every seasoning on this channel. I don't play no bland foods. But yeah, I added all that in. We just gonna give it a nice mix. It was a little hard to mix it up in this small pan, but you know, I made it work. I would not recommend trying to do this in a pot, because this is a non-stick pan. This is what you need to make fried rice. But I would recommend doing it on a griddle, which was one of my original ideas. I just didn't feel like cleaning no griddle. So, you know, I had to do it how I had to do it. But anywho, let's get into this meal.
Yes. Okay, y'all. I'm finna tear. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think you give like 50 flow, but I definitely think you do give hibachi. So let's get into it. Jayda Wayda got a good little taste of food though. I give her that. Oh no, this just might be some. This just might be some for real. I'm talking about, it's a whole different ball game when you use them fresh vegetables. Nah, this is some for sure. My rice didn't come out as dark as I wanted it to, but it definitely still gives fried. And I went 2 bags of shrimp, y'all. Had to. You gotta go double shrimp, cause y'all not supposed to be stingy. Like when you go into some shrimp fried rice, hibachi, whatever, they be stingy. They give you probably like 5, 6 shrimp. I ain't gonna lie, I did my thing with this. I did my thing with this shrimp fried rice.
Go ahead and do your review so I can eat.
I'm so hungry. I got the egg and everything going on. Yeah, I love some yum yum sauce with it. I really outdid myself. I do think that I took way longer than I needed to make it. But I genuinely have no complaints about this meal right here. Like, it's something about all these fresh vegetables in it. It is so good. So overall, I rate my shrimp fried rice a 10 out of 10. I do rate it a 10 out of 10. I do feel like wings and hibachi got the best, like, probably not the best hibachi, but they up there for sure. And I'm up there too. I'm right up under them. So I do give it a 10 out of 10. If you stay to the end of this video, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Comment in the chat W. Comment in the chat W's if you like this video and if you like this meal. Ingredients to everything will be in the description box below, as well as the link to my TikTok showcase if you want anything that you see me wearing or you might see in these videos. But yeah, comment down below who y'all want me to eat like next, and stay tuned for my next episode.